Is that going on? Oh, wait.
No, this is all is like way over too much.
Don't you gotta drag that out?
I mean, I can no. This is the thing right here. This is the box. I think you just need to come over. It's over a lot on my. Oh shoot. Okay, we are officially live. So we got that.
Live?
Yeah, I think I just got the notification. Yeah, I did. I don't know why you was way out the shot. Trying to mess with it. Okay, now do it. Now fix your microphone.
Let me get some music playing so we're not completely good.
Yeah. I guess that made me easy prey for you to sink your teeth in. Oh, that's how I feel. I'm the prey, you're the hunter, and your trap was so bad. It made me love you, want you, and I wish I could go back, 'cause I would take it all back, 'cause I was a fool for loving you, and now I know that. When you found me, I was so lost and deserted. I was certain I was thirsty, dehydrated. Oh, I thought that you loved me, and I was so certain that you were just working behind the curtain so you could hurt me, and I'm frustrated. Now I'm frustrated, girl. When I was with you, I thought I was so loved. I would look in your eyes in a slow paradise whenever I felt
AJ.
but it was just a mirage.
You was singing off key. I turned it down.
But it was just a
Okay, let me leave with my one.
No, it was for me. It was for me.
Don't do that.
It was for me.
I said please. That's like
I'll make a
when
deal with you.
somebody takes my glasses when I can't see.
Make a deal with you.
I
You
don't
don't.
like you picking up to me about my singing while we're on here. Don't do that. Bully material.
You can't not sing.
Take your head. I sing around you literally all the time.
It's directly in my ear. It's like
Yeah.
me making.
It's not a new bop. He literally plays the song almost every time we go live, Jay. I'm gonna need you to catch it. And it's one you can't get.
Air horns make everything hype. I want them gunshots will do it too.
This is not a gunshot song. But I'm sitting here feeling like Danny D. Kane video. This is probably about how old this song is.
It is not.
We'll probably keep asking, and maybe it'll miraculously pop on Apple Music. I don't think this one's gonna pop up on Apple
Got my
Music.
heart so open, and I'm sitting there trying to close it, feeling like I can't win like Kobe, but you got me trying to let it go like frozen, 'cause I was a fool for loving you, and now I know that, now I know that. 'Cause you had my heart in your hand. Took your
Hey, Danielle.
hand and ran off. Baby, I just don't understand how I couldn't see you.
Long time no see. What up, y'all?
She was singing.
Oh, okay. We got a spammer in here. Can you go block that person?
Yeah, I can. I don't know.
I got it.
You gonna do it?
No, I was talking about no.
Okay. What up, y'all? Man, we sorry we so late. Listen, the technical difficulties be difficultying.
I can't. Oh, that's me. We got spammers up here. Why you turn the music off?
Because I can't do this and play music at the same time. You know when you go to
Oh.
Facebook, it just block everything. There we go.
Bam, out of here. See you later. Hey, Shanika. Ooh, my voice real cracky. Hey, girl.
Ooh, this is my one.
Trying to tag Sherelle, but she not coming up.
Something I want to say.
Oh, there she go. I think. If not, I done tagged the wrong Sherelle. Hey, Shayla. Long time no see. You been missing us. We've been getting on Thursday, so we glad to have you.
Come my way. Got something I want to say. Can I get you out my brain? But first off, let me start by saying this. Ay, when I'm all alone, boy, you're the one I miss. Ay, and I'm too turned thinking about your kisses. Baby, won't you come my way? Won't you come my way? Ay, won't you come my way? There is something you should know.
Hey,
You're the
Khadijah.
only one that I want, but you're too busy chasing these hoes. When you know we got that glow, I know that you got that
Okay.
dough. I'm not impressed with that, cause I can get my own, but I wanna fall into your
Shanika said, okay, DJ Russ.
Baby, you're the one that I want. You're the one I want. When you come around, it's like I can't speak. Like I can't speak. I feel dumb as hell, it's like I can't think. Took 4 shots and I don't even drink. That's how you got me
I'm assuming that this question is for you because I don't know who either of those people are.
What?
Jay says on the music tip, what do you think about the Coco Jones and JT mix?
Say it again.
He says on the music tip, what do you think about the Coco Jones and JT mix?
I didn't know there was a mix. Did they do a
we don't-
collab? Did they do a collab?
We don't listen to a lot of R&B anymore.
No. Don't do that.
What?
I listen to a lot of R&B. I know who Coco Jones is. JT is
I
half
don't
of
know
the
who they
city.
are, but
I got her EP on my phone. You be speaking for me and don't be accurate.
every time we get in the car, we listen to the gospel.
Just because I cater to my audience.
JT was on the ICU remix.
What? Now I gotta hear that because that don't even sound like the type of record that JT would be on. JT be going though, so I'm gonna check it out.
Oh, Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake? I thought you were talking about JT from the City Girls.
I'll
say-
listen to it now.
Don't nobody call Justin Timberlake JT. Say Justin Timberlake. Say the whole thing.
Hey, Brittany.
Whoa, Justin Timberlake did it.
I'll listen to it now. Now I know it's Justin Timberlake.
I'd play it right now if it wouldn't get us shut down and flagged. Coco Jones is the one that sings that one song I sing all the time.
No, I know who she is from Fresh Prince. I don't know any of her music. So.
Yeah, you do. If I played it right now, you'd be like, oh, she do that? Yeah.
Maybe. So I know Khadijah said it too. She said, Laura, I thought you meant JT from the City Girls. We all did.
I said, what kind of collab they jump on?
Nobody called Justin Timberlake JT since the Mickey Mouse Club. That's what he was called on there. Oh no, Brandy, you can't change it. Let me be clear. I still listen to R&B. I just don't listen to current R&B.
She sings the baby, I need you. See?
What's the chorus? That's the chorus.
If I played it, you know it. Because every time I play, you be like, you be singing it all the time.
Jay says, yeah, he needed you to check it out, and he wanted an honest review. Yeah, no, I still listen to Silk and 112 and all that. My music taste is still in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. Unfortunately, I ain't grew up. He said, play the instrumental. Well, that's not going to help us.
Something about your hands on my body.
Oh, yeah, I know that song from TikTok.
That's the same. Baby,
That's ICU.
Mm-hmm.
That's the name of the song. That doesn't make sense.
Baby,
I thought that song was by the deep voice girl. What's her name? Tim's.
First of all, Tim's is African.
She still got a deep voice.
No, she don't.
Okay,
It's a little.
She got a deep
it's
singer voice.
It's a nice little alto. Little alto.
I thought that's who that song that song. Anyways, hey y'all, what's going on?
How many people we got?
8.
8. See, this is what we get for time so late. They was
Yeah.
playing, and we ain't been on in a week. You just want to get rolling? Let me share
she
it real
said,
quick.
"Nah, Brandy, listen, I can't get into this new school music. I don't know.
You were really like,
I'm like my mama when I started playing Cash Money and all that. She was like, "Why you got all that mess on?" That's what this new school R&B sound like to me.
nah, you would like Coco Jones though. She's more
so.
a nod to our brand of R&B.
I did like what's her name? She ain't made no music no more. She just got a rehab. She been sober for I think she said 90 days. Ari Lennox.
Who?
Ari Lennox.
Oh.
I like her. Why you do her like that?
No. She's cool. She's not my C. She sound
We got
too
another
much.
spammer.
She sound too much like. See, that's from you keep hashtagging
I didn't hashtag nothing.
our reels hashtags.
Oh no, they coming in. They ain't got nothing to do with this.
Mm-hmm. They follow the hashtags.
She sings "Spend It" on the soundtrack. Oh, don't.
She
And
didn't
also,
do. She had nothing to do with that sound.
Also, don't ask me nothing about the playlist because I still
Don't ask
ain't
her
made
no-
it all the way through the playlist.
Don't ask her about no music that came out after 2008. Okay, after that TGT album, she don't know nothing else that happened in music. After Tank and Tyrese and Genuine broke up, she was out the game. Okay, ask her about Marvin Sapp, that new Marvin Sapp joint. She all over. Ask her about that
I'm
new.
sorry, y'all. I
Ask her
still
about that new
listen to
Tasha
R&B. I just cannot get into this new music.
She knows every member of Maverick City, even the people in the background.
That's not true. That's not true.
When we first got together, I'm like, "Dang, you know everybody." She was like, "Yeah, see, that's Stephanie Gershinger. Yeah, she's there sometimes, and them right there, that's Chandler.
It's good music. It's
He's
good
so-
for your soul.
He's good. He's so humble." And then I'm like, "Oh, you know all these people."
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna do better. I think. Why is Khadijah stuff in Khadijah? Did you click the link? Why your stuff in hieroglyphics now? She done clicked on the link, Lord.
She done clicked on the on the spammer.
They done got her. Look,
Oh
you
Lord,
see it? Her thing in hieroglyphics.
That's Khadijah.
Yeah. You see
That ain't
it?
Khadijah.
Right here.
Oh Lord,
Khadijah, I think they got you. I think they got you. Girl.
blink twice if you save.
She got. She said, wait, that ain't me. I ain't click on nothing, ma'am.
They don't want me to block her.
It's got it say your name and then it got these little, I don't know, funny looking things. Oh, she said I responded to them being petty.
Oh, okay.
Maybe the response,
There you
maybe
go, Khadijah.
Facebook translates into their language.
Hold us down.
Just kick them off.
I did. They crafty.
They out here. Got us. Yeah, that mean we we popping?
No, it means you gotta stop hashtagging. We've elevated past hashtags.
No.
We have elevated past that. No, seriously, that's how they find you. Like they like anything, you know what I mean?
But they only be on our lives. They only come in our lives.
You can't spam on, well, I guess you could, but
All right, you ready?
Ready as I'm gonna be.
Let's do it.
If you are on here and you have not signed it off, please let us know you're in the building so we can shout you out to the viewers and make sure everything's good here.
I don't know how to shout out our new friends.
Shout out, you gonna shout out the spammers?
Yeah.
They,
I hope that's not recorded. That's very, 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 very bad for you to do that.
what are you talking?
That is very, very bad.
I don't know what I did. What I
Okay,
do?
can we just keep it rolling? Keep moving past it. Ooh.
I thought I smoked that.
Ooh, no,
Don't be a hater.
That was bad. Not bad as in it wasn't good. Just bad that like you can't do that.
They're spamming us.
But you don't know where them people from.
That was Arabic.
You don't know.
The language.
You don't know that's where these people is from.
I don't want to offend them. The people. Look, she hater.
Okay, hey,
Look, Jay, do it again. Do it again.
hey, Renee. Hey, Sierra.
Jay, keep it a bean. I smoked that.
No, I love Snow Allegra. But I've only heard 3 songs. How many you got on that playlist? Russell has
Which one?
another playlist, the little R&B one that got Snow Allegra on there.
There's a couple on there. I don't know how
Yeah,
many, but
I like the ones that I've heard. I've never like listened to all of her stuff, but I do like it. I know it. He gonna say that boy good. Shanika says Russ. Yeah, he can't. You can't do that.
I smoked that. I don't know what y'all talking about.
That's like one of them coming up to you, be like, "What up, yo, homeboy? How you doing?" What's
Every
up? What's the
time.
poppin'?"
Back in my drinking days, every time I'm with his, what's up, man? You drinking tonight? Like he was like trying to
He's
talk.
like
to
a
me.
Mexican.
You're right. You're right. I don't want to do the voice.
Yeah, don't. Just let's move past it. Can you hit
They
the
can try
button
to
so
be like us.
can,
We can try to be like them.
can do our intro?
Why can't I sing their songs though?
First of all, that's not an authentic song. You have
That
no
was-
idea what that was.
That was Jay-Z and Punjabi. Remember that one?
I'm sorry to any. Okay, come on.
You not gonna reference how much I smoked that?
I never heard it, so I don't know.
But just my vocal attack. You can't say that I don't sound just like them.
Them? Oh,
Indian
come on.
people.
Come on, please. Please, before you
You
get
just looking to be
cancel
offended.
culture. We about to get canceled.
She a hater.
About to get canceled before we even get turned on.
Shay, she asked where's the sexologist. We gonna get to it soon
Yeah,
as the
we'll
episode starts.
address that.
We'll address all that. And we'll get going. Here we go. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Russell the Fourth.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Brandy.
And welcome to another episode kickback of the What They Never Told Us podcast.
We in here.
We back on the orange wall. Back on the orange wall.
Sorry to disappoint anybody. I was looking for the wonderful views. We are, we are back in the basement.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna shout out our people in the building today. So far, I see Brittany, Khadijah, Shayla, Jay, Sierra, Shanika,
In here.
Keisha, Milan. No, I'm just playing.
What is it?
Freak Leak.
Sheesh.
Renee. I think I got everybody, but if I missed you, let me know. Danielle was in here too. I don't know if she still is, but she was.
I want to shout out all of y'all, the names that we named specifically. This isn't everybody, but the ones who are here now have been, y'all been consistent since day one.
So consistent.
And I mean, just we're at the point now where we interact with a lot of people, but just to touch base with y'all every Thursday and y'all always be here like home team. Y'all don't know how much that means to us. So shout out to y'all. Day ones.
We appreciate y'all.
Family for real, for
Appreciate
real.
you. I see Courtney in here too. What's up, Courtney? Danielle said she's still here. What up, though?
What up, though?
Stacy is over on YouTube today. Hey, Stacy, if you at work, I hope you're having a good day at work. Sheila said she rearranged her schedule. We appreciate you, girl. You know, we done switched it from Wednesdays to Thursdays. It just works better in our schedule. Seems like it works better on most of y'all's schedule. And it gives enough time for people to watch the episode. And since we're speaking on that, who got a chance to check out this week's episode?
If you haven't been to YouTube to see it, highly recommend just
Hop
go
over
check it.
there.
Even if you've already listened to it, hop over there and see it. That is a view that you might be seeing more of in the future. We'll get to more of that. But new setup, different camera angles. We really like the way it turned out. So shout out to Ryan, who was there producing that episode. And we're getting to the point where we need to bring in people to help us. And I think God's been pushing us in that direction, because the more and more we try to do it by ourselves, the more frustrating it gets.
Why is we dealing with setting up a camera at this point? It's season 4.
Computer issues.
Call Ryan.
It say that the file too big. Like, this is not our area of expertise. So yeah, you just start feeling those pushes that like it's time to stop trying to do it by yourself. And Ryan has always been a huge blessing to us since we've gotten to know him. In a myriad of factors, even a lot of stuff that we do on our own, we use him as a source. So it just makes sense to bring him in. So if you've seen it, what do you think? Give us some feedback about the new setup and also the episode. And
tell us in the comments on the YouTube video, and shout out Ryan. Tell him thank you for us and for y'all, because he did a wonderful job on that episode.
Daniel says, yes, we love y'all. Jay says, A1 since day one, getting it out the mud, you did.
He also said it's nice to see Brandy's reaction zoomed in. I'm going to work on my meme game later.
Nah, I get her. Stay says, okay, I'm on Facebook. YouTube wasn't acting right with me. Home chilling, watching y'all now. That's what's up.
Hey, girl.
That's what's up. So, yeah, that view might be one that you're seeing a lot more, but the different angles, the zoom ins, I love all that stuff, and it just gives a different view.
And it's just better to just come somewhere and sit down. I'm a podcast princess now. I don't want to have to hook up nothing and remind Russell to push the button and all that. I didn't. Oh, excuse me. That is not true. That is not true. You might as well go and fix your face.
You've hooked up things before.
Thank you.
But that's not your role. That's like me saying I do the posts. I might do a couple here and there. That's,
But I still did it, and I'm sick of it. Hello. Hello. Y'all didn't tell us if y'all watched the episode, or watched or listened to. So it sounds like
ain't nobody listen.
We're gonna be recapping. Well, somebody listen, because we got about 400 downloads in 2 days. So somebody listen. Maybe just none of these people.
Yeah, these people.
Shout out to everybody who listen or watch. We appreciate y'all.
Our number one audience right now is in Atlanta right now, so I don't know if they watched it here.
I love it. Jay says he definitely did. Brittany says she listened. And Shanika says, don't ask me. Shanika,
we know not
got to the point.
From now on, when we ask that question, you just don't say anything, because we're not talking to you. We're not talking to you. Okay?
That's what we're going to start saying. Everybody but Shanika, did you watch the episode?
You have to just put that out there. So, couple housekeeping things. It's looking like, do we decide on that before I go to run in my mouth?
Sure.
So, we are ending the season after the next episode. Okay.
Mid-season break.
Yeah. So I know we just had a mid-season break, but this will do when you run your own thing. We're going to end the season. It's not going to be that long, because we are now working with the producer. He's on a job out of town for a couple weeks. We're going to wait for him to come back so we can plan out the next season. I know usually in between seasons, it's like 4 months. I'm exaggerating, but it's a long time. We're going to try not to make it that, okay? But we have a lot of dope things planned. We have a lot of things scheduled. We're going to make the last episode of the season the sex episode, right?
No.
No?
We're going to have somebody on there for that.
How do we know? We're going to try to reschedule for that, I thought. Speaking of, so if you watched the episode, we had a guest who was going to come on and be a guest for the sex episode.
Yes, we were going to have Dr. Jack, who is a sex therapist and intimacy coach, come in the morning of. She has some. She working on something and she didn't feel good, so
she's very pregnant.
Like, I don't know if she announced that.
Yeah, she did. It's on her.
You saw that?
On her what?
Instagram?
No. She was going to be on our show on video. She's very pregnant.
She's not very pregnant. She's very small.
She's pregnant and she wasn't feeling well. So, so we had to reschedule it. Lord willing, we'll be able to reschedule it for this next episode. If not, we'll get y'all right the next season. But I mean, we don't need a doctor to sex episode, do we?
I don't know. I
don't
feel
know.
like
We'll
they
see.
might be tired of hearing about our sex life.
I feel like that's the one episode that is guaranteed to.
Jay says, till when? Khadijah says, who decided this? And she's throwing tomatoes at us. And Shanika says, y'all didn't ask us if it was okay. If we were okay with it.
Yeah, right.
I don't know why I just got.
Jay says, right. Did we even get a vote? Shanika says, LOL. Jalen Ezra. The betrayal, says Khadijah. Jay says, kids ruin everything.
No, it's not the kids at all. Stop.
It's
Don't do
not. So
that.
it's we're really
Talking about
putting
Dr.
an
Jack,
exaggerated effort into making sure that we are evolving and growing, right? I don't know if you noticed this, but from season 1 to now, every season there's been some sort of change we tried to make. First season, we were at a desk, like a computer desk with the real janky setup. Second season, we're on this white wall with lights and stuff behind it. This season went back to the orange wall, but we're trying to continuously improve. And to do that, you need a little bit of time to kind of plan, strategize, and get it together. Just so we can keep progressing. That's the plan.
Shanika says, I'm baffled. Listen, y'all. We broke it to y'all nice. The last time we just ended it. We just recorded and said, this is the end. Bye.
It's just a couple weeks.
It's really not going to be that long. And I think when we come back, we're going to try to come back with a series that is really dope. We've been working on this. And then we're going right into the next season. So she says sexologist equals pregnant, LOL.
Yeah.
And Khadijah says, I am flabbergasted. Y'all, we sorry.
Y'all
we gonna be right back.
Next season, when y'all see these guests, y'all gonna be like, dang, we get why we had to wait. We got Ayanla, we got Kev on stage.
Stop
We
doing
got
that.
I'm speaking into existence, okay?
Stop doing that.
If you can speak
those
John,
things
if you can
that are
speak
not
John
as though they
Singleton,
were.
if you can speak John Singleton into existence, I can speak Ayanla.
Just a couple weeks, Soldier Boy voice. Yeah, we just a couple weeks. That's it.
Just a
You know
couple
how we do?
weeks. That's
Just a couple
it.
weeks.
That's it. Now we're waiting for our producer, because we got one of them now, to get back in town, and we're gonna hit the ground running. But we're using this time to plan out guests, all that. So yeah, it's gonna be good.
And maybe in the meantime, we did toy with the idea of just doing some live episodes like that with y'all in the audience, and it becomes the actual episode. So maybe we can play with that a little bit.
For those of y'all who are in Michigan, and also if you listen to the audio, if you listen to the podcast, I want to know how many of you guys who are in the Michigan area would come to a live taping of the What They Never Told Us podcast. Because if we did do something, it would be something that would be a ticketed event. So we're toying around with that. We've been toying around with that idea for a while, like a game night type situation.
I wasn't talking about that kind of live, but okay.
We talked about that before, though, right?
Yeah. I was just talking about, you know how we talk about being here, but making it an actual episode.
We do that every Thursday. This is an actual episode. Like this
It's
is
the kickback where we talk about the episode.
yeah.
I'm talking
The only
about
difference.
what we discussed previously about just making.
So you just mean
these-
doing this
yes,
with a new
with
topic?
people, yeah, and making it there. Ashley Wade said she would come. Stacy and Shayla said they would be there. Jay says
Wow.
I'll hold the camera while we gonna just do it before September because I'm having another surgery. It'll probably be right like that, but you'll be in the bed. You be cool. Like you can watch us and kick it with us. You ain't got nothing else.
You okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?
Yes. Yeah, I don't want that, but can I have some of that?
Just some peach
My
juice.
throat is so dry. Oh, that was so unprofessional. I'm sorry, y'all.
It was like mid sentence.
I had a-
Are you okay? Are you okay?
yeah, I think so.
I will Heimlich you.
No, it wasn't. I wasn't choking or anything. Like my throat just feels extremely dry. The words got stuck.
I'm not editing that out either on the episode.
Nobody edits. We don't edit anything.
Okay.
Anyway, so
Brandy's okay, y'all.
Yes, that's the reason why Dr. Jack was not on the episode. If you listened, and then that is also the reason why she is not here. She just wasn't feeling well. So we will be reaching out to her to see if we can get that rescheduled. What is happening? Why are you letting me get that baby some milk? Stop playing, Jay. Go on
He
somewhere.
needs some milk.
But yeah, so on the episode, we revisited a previous disagreement that we had on live on the podcast, where we talked about confronting or questioning each other or your spouse after hearing rumors about them. So I think we have several clips from the podcast that have gone viral, but there are some that when we get the notification of them, we just swipe right past them, can't watch them again because they drum up old feelings. And I think sometimes you just feel like once you've had peace with something, you don't want to rock the boat no more, so you don't bring it up. So we were trying to create a safe space to have the conversation again because it still was a little unsettling. Now, we started having the conversation at home, but then kind of was like, all right, we need to talk about this on the podcast since that's where it started. So we finished the conversation on the podcast, and at least from my perspective, I feel like it ended better. Like it ended with us still not really necessarily landing on the same page, but at least being in the same book to be like, okay, you know what? I get what you're saying. You get what I'm saying. Now let's just bet it all together and move on.
Yeah. You want to tell them what it was about?
Yeah, so I did tell them what it was about. It was about confronting or questioning your spouse after you hear a rumor about them. So my perspective was, I just don't want to be confronted, especially in an aggressive or in an accusatory manner.
Well, hold on. Before you give them your spiel, let's pose a question to the audience so we can. You all right? Does that sit well with you?
Yeah.
You okay? All right. Just trying to format it so it flows well. Mm-hmm. So for you guys listening, this scenario right here, let me know what you think. We're going to give our spiel on it. But while we're doing that, I want you to be thinking about it and putting it in the chat, okay? If your partner, if you received some information about your partner doing something that felt a little sketchy, maybe someone told you that they were out to eat with somebody else, maybe somebody told you that they were texting somebody else, or maybe flat out that somebody told you they were involved with somebody else, you were getting cheated on, do you feel like it's better to go to them first, or do you feel like it's better to go find evidence first before you go address it? This was the scenario.
Yeah, kind of. So like I was saying,
what did I get wrong?
I was coming from the perspective of like, I don't feel like someone's opinion or someone telling you something should garner you immediately questioning your partner. I think you should try to make that make sense and add up with what you experience with them, what you know about them, what you've seen, before you just come out and accuse. Now, what we landed on in this last conversation was like, I said I would be offended if somebody came to me with that, but I clarified that I don't think my being offended means that we still don't have the conversation. I think that if you use other people as a source to tell you what's going on in your relationship, it is a quick way to doom your relationship. So I would be a little bit more cautious before having that conversation with my spouse if someone were to come to me with that information. And that's kind of where I was coming from.
Why you say kind of? Did I not get the scenario right?
Well, I think in the scenario you were saying like go investigate and find evidence, and that was more of what was coming from me. And I
said,
wasn't,
would you rather go address it with them immediately?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was saying. Mm-hmm. Or go get evidence before you do. That's you.
Yeah, that wasn't really my perspective, is the go find evidence. Like, I'm not saying go on an expedition to try to dig into, I'm just saying make it make sense with what you know about your person. Like, just take a second instead of flying off the handle about what somebody told you. Really take a second to be like, okay, did I know where he was? Is this plausible? Like, because I think people just make up stuff, and people like to ruin happy relationships or relationships that they perceive as happy with rumors and information. And that if you have that, you should make it make sense before you just fly off the handle.
Yeah. I think where I landed was I think in the scenario I was landing more on the fact that if we're going to be in a relationship that's based on trust, that we should have an open door policy, especially when it pertains to communicating things that are bothering you. Mm-hmm. And I think when you kind of go on this like internal weighing rather than going to your person that you with. I think that, I don't know. Like, if I can't come talk to you about this, then that says more about our relationship than what you were doing that night. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, if I can't come talk to you about this without it being an issue, I think that reveals more about what our relationship is based on rather than, what I'm talking to you about. So I think I was just leaning more on the side of like, just communicate, avoid of offense.
Khadijah says, I need proof. Trust but verify. Shayla says, go to them first. We're supposed to be grown. Danielle says both. Jay says, it all depends on who the source is and if I consider them to be reliable.
That's a major factor.
If we've been solid for the longest and I'm not going to look for anything because I know 100% they're not going to lie to me. But if it's my sister, baby cousin on their baby daddy side, I'm going to take that information and go from there. But going out to eat, texting, and cheating is all different levels for me. That goes from like a 4-1. What?
That goes from a 4 to a 1,698 real quick.
All right.
Stacey says, talk to my partner. Let them know what was presented to me and hear their response. I'll also look at their reactions. Yeah. So it's different being in a relationship as an adult. I know this. But typically what I've seen is when you have information that is hurtful, that is find out your person is cheating on you or somebody thinks that they're cheating on you, your emotions can tend to take over in that situation. And when you go to have a conversation with them, it's usually not in a, hey, let's sit down and talk about what somebody told me. You're probably upset. You're probably emotional. And it just doesn't go very well. If somebody came to me and told me that Russell was cheating on me, I know my initial reaction is to be upset. But I don't want to take that and put that on him without giving him a chance to defend himself or explain or whatever. So to me, if you giving me that information, like, okay, did I not know where he was on this day? Has he been evasive? Does he not does this make sense to me? Because I'm going to fly off the handle if I automatically believe it's true and come to you. So I think what we talked about on the episode is how the information is presented is really important. Like if we just come in and having a conversation, but if you need to know who, what, when, where, and why based off of what somebody else told you, that's when I start to have a problem with it, especially if you never questioned me before. So what if in a scenario, someone's actually cheating, you have no clue. Mm-hmm. They've never given you any reason to feel that way, but you're actually getting cheated on. Mm-hmm. Do you now not get to who, what, when, why there because you don't have evidence or you don't have a feeling? You need to have a feeling before, you know what I mean? This is what the issue is. I feel like when you're with somebody, especially in a marriage, now, agreed, how you present it is everything. Like interrogation, accusatory, when you step on those lines, now you're coming into it like you already got your mind made up that I was doing something that I didn't do. And I think anybody would be offended there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But if I'm approaching it just with like, hey, like, now let's say that in this scenario, it's from a trusted source, right? It's not just what Jay said, your cousin, mama, sister, uncle, babysitter, mm-hmm. You know, like it's a trusted source. Say it's, hey, my brother said they saw you at a restaurant with another guy, or my mom, or whatever. Mm-hmm. In that scenario, I might want to know, where were you? You know, mm-hmm. And if you didn't do anything wrong, to me, it feels like, okay, this is just a conversation. Oh, hey, yeah, I was there. I was at a training. We went to lunch. Me and Lucas were the only ones who wanted Fish House or whatever. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But like, it's just a conversation. But when it gets defensive, then I'm like, I don't know. That's when I'd be like, hold on, wait, what you getting all defensive for? Like, I just asked you what was going on.
Yeah, I agree with you. I just think that it's based on how you presented. And for me, I'm definitely like, I'm going to choose to trust you. If you are really cheating on me, I don't believe that you're going to tell me the truth if I come to you anyway. So either way, I'm still not going to know, because when somebody is confronted with that, are you cheating on me? That 9 times out of 10, they're not going to be like, yeah, I am. What you going to do about it? Like, they're going to lie. And so I'm still going to be in the dark. So I'd rather just, it's not like I don't want to know situation, because I do want to know. I want to have the conversation and base it off facts. And if I need to collect a little bit of facts beforehand, or at least be like, does this make sense? Like, if we're together 24/7 and somebody comes to me and tell me you're cheating, like, that don't even make sense. Well, I'm not going to question you about that, because it doesn't make sense.
So for you to be getting cheated on, it has to make sense.
I mean, the cheating has to make sense? No, not the cheating has to make sense. But like, okay, if they said, I saw Russell Wednesday at 4:00 at Cheesecake Factory, but Wednesday at 4:00 we was in Dearborn, it don't make sense. I'm not gonna come question you about that.
For sure.
So that's what I'm saying about just collecting information to see if it's even plausible what they're saying.
For sure.
You know,
I think I've never been in this position before, but I would hate to. I don't know. When I picture myself doing that, I picture it don't feel good. Like,
doing what?
Being off in my head trying to figure out if I'm getting cheated on. Or even in the more extreme sense, like investigating. Like,
yeah, I guess
like that stuff. I know this is not what you're saying.
Yeah.
But for some of the people who have those hunches, those feelings, like, man, something ain't right, and you don't address it, and it kind of festers inside of you. Now you going through phones, or you checking up. You like that, to me just seems like it would be miserable to do.
I guess the question to the group, to the masses, is if anybody's ever been in a scenario where you've had to have a conversation with your partner about cheating or rumors, or maybe it's just your own suspicion. Like, how did that conversation go? How did you approach that? And what was the end result? Did they take it well when you came to them and with just a question, or did it get turned up? Were they offended? How did that go? Y'all let us know. In every situation that I've had, whether I come calmly or I've come rah, it's always ended badly. Especially when I don't have anything but what somebody said to back up, then it just becomes like, how could you believe them over me?
When you've addressed somebody else?
Yes.
Were they cheating?
In one scenario, yes. In the other one, I don't know. He said he wasn't, but I didn't have no proof of it. All I had was what somebody told me, so I kind of had to rock with it. Yeah. Not that I didn't do my due diligence, but for me, when I came to the last person, it made sense to me. Like, there were gaps in time where I didn't know where he was. There was already lingering questions in my head because of some inappropriate behavior that had happened. So for me, when I went and had the conversation with him, it wasn't like, hey, I need to know if you're cheating on me. I was like, nigga, where you been? Like, because she's saying that you was over there with her, and I'm trying to figure out, you said you went to Walmart and you was gone for 3 hours.
Of course, that was a blow up. One way that's gonna go.
I mean, because number one, I already had a feeling in my head, and number two, like, back then, I don't know how to have no calm conversation about somebody saying that you cheated on me. Like, nah, I'm getting turned up real quick, especially because when I tried to make it make sense in my head, it didn't make sense. So now I need to know. And he said no, and I didn't have nothing but what somebody said to me, so I made a choice to believe him. Go ahead. You want to
read? Jay says, what if it was one of those nights they're kicking it with a friend and got something to eat, but you find out it's a friend you never heard of or know that they're sweet on them? What if it's a friend of the opposite sex that I never heard of, then you cheating?
Yeah, you just gonna go and not gonna run that by me?
Yeah.
Y'all might not have done nothing wrong, but it's still gonna be a problem. Because, like, why you didn't tell me?
Yeah. I feel like if you have friends, platonic friendships with people of the opposite sex, that needs to be a very, like, open conversation that continuously happens between you and your person.
And like, I mean, I tell our adult son this now, but I'm not trying to dictate what you do and what you can't do, but just tell me, like, keep me informed on what's happening in your life so that if I'm expecting you somewhere, I'm expecting you to come home, or maybe there's a chance that somebody could see you out somewhere and misinterpret what's happening. Just call me and say, hey, babe, met up with Tashelle and we going out to eat. Like, it's not a big deal. Just fill me in.
Yeah.
So if you're not telling me, you sneaking. So you sneaking around and doing it, it's a problem.
Jay says, for me, it has always ended bad. My sources have been reliable, and they've either attempted to spin to make it something that it wasn't, or it was exactly what it is and was gaslit.
Yeah. So same. That's my same experience. Now, I would appreciate it and love if we could have an adult conversation about, look, this is what was brought to me. I need to know your thoughts about it, what you think. And if you doing wrong, like, I'd rather have you tell me than somebody else tell me. But if you're not doing anything wrong and you're confronted with that information, sometimes, like, I thought like I said, my initial reaction was like, I would be offended, like, because no, I'm not doing anything wrong. It doesn't mean we still can't have this conversation, but like, I'm a little irritated that somebody would say that when I'm not doing anything wrong, or I truly am doing something wrong and I'm not going to tell you the truth because I want to continue doing what I was doing.
Yeah. Man, I'm thankful and I'm blessed that I haven't had to deal with this. If I have been cheated on, they did it so well that I had no idea, and I'm glad. I had no idea, because it's just, I can't imagine something that can be as hurting as somebody who you love and trust and, you know, let into your space that, you know, gives you that type of betrayal. That's a different type of hurt.
Yeah, it is. It is. And it's like, it's one of the risks that you take when you jump into a relationship and you give somebody your all. Is this one of the scariest things, is knowing that they at any point in time have the potential to really break your heart. And you can trust somebody with everything you have in you. And when your world comes crumbling down, when you find out things aren't the way that you thought that they were, it's very hurtful. It's very devastating. And it can potentially damage you for future relationships, because now you find it harder to trust. You question and second guess everything that you feel because you were so convinced that that was the one. And it's upsetting that people still decide to be in relationships knowing that they are not ready to be single, or that they have no self-control, or whatever it is that causes you to cheat. But the fact is, like, it happens. And it's not even just cheating. It's being lied to, just being deceptive because you feel like you don't owe that person the truth. It's really disheartening.
Incredibly sad. So that's where we landed on in the episode. There was I was glad we landed on 2 solid points at the end of this episode. And I like how you phrase it, because you kind of led us into that aspect of the conversation. You said a phrase that I think I'm going to put in my pocket, but it was, this is where I'm going to put my period, like a good way to tie it up. And you made a point about someone being offended, or the risk of someone being offended does not negate the need to still have the conversation.
Absolutely.
And I thought that was important, because there's a lot of people who just avoid having the conversation because they don't want to deal with the hassle, the tension, or the frustration of trying to talk about something that's just a difficult conversation.
It's literally what Jay just said. He says, now, if you know how your partner is going to respond and it's going to be an issue, and it's literally just a friend or an associate that you just want to catch up with, and it's strictly platonic, do you keep it to yourself? No. I hate when someone tries to anticipate how I'm going to react or how I'm going to feel. Like, don't tell me how I'm going to react and how I'm going to feel, because I'm usually going to give you that just because that's what you thought. But, like, give me the benefit of the doubt. If you know that it's innocent, there should be absolutely no reason to keep it from you. And I think it goes to say that just because your partner reacts badly or maybe says don't do it, that doesn't mean you have to not do it. If you are making a decision as an adult, you deal with the consequences and repercussions of that, but your partner doesn't run your life. Like, you still have the ability to make choices independently of what they think. You should consult them and get their thoughts and opinions on and ideas on it and take that into consideration. But that's controlling. Just because they're going to get upset and throw a temper tantrum means you can't do what you wanted to do? No.
Absolutely. Where I put my period was, I thought your hand was up.
It was a fly.
Oh. So there was where I put my period was on the other end of that, bringing in the idea of managing your offense, right? There's a term that's become very popular in relationship talks and stuff like that, and just in general, emotional intelligence. That word is being used a lot these days, but I'm not sure if everyone really knows what that is, right? When people speak on emotional intelligence, that speaks to like an awareness of what's happening internally with you emotionally, and coming up with strategies on how to manage what's going on with you, right? So if my mother abandoned me as a child, I'm aware of the effects of that. I'm aware of how that has affected me emotionally. So I come up with systems in place to manage my triggers. That's emotional intelligence. But I think people settle for just emotional intelligence. And although that's amazing, it's not good enough, because emotional intelligence is just the first step, right? It's one thing if I know I got an ankle injury, right? And I know I need to like put more weight on my right leg because my left leg is hurt. That's great. But what's more important than that is that I actually get help for my leg. So I don't always have to come up with strategies on how to avoid my injury, but actually going through the steps of healing my injury. Because once you go past emotional intelligence, you need emotional health, right? Yes, it's okay to be aware of this trigger, but let's go past just being aware of it and knowing what to do to avoid the trigger. How do I heal from this so that I just stop being triggered, or I lessen the probability that I'm triggered? You know what I mean? That is where you really start getting wealthy in the emotional space, right? That's when your relationships thrive. When one thing that used to set you off that had nothing to do with your partner, had nothing to do with them. This was your stuff. This is the stuff that you have going on. Now, yes, if someone's going to be with you, you don't just got to be aware of your triggers. They got to be aware of it too, right? Like, she knows, because she's with me, because she's intimate with me, and I'm not talking about sexually, I mean a closeness, she knows there's certain things that trigger me. So while to her it might not be a big deal, she knows that this might need more of a conversation, like, hey baby, I do want to spend some time with you. I'm like a little stressed out right now. I just need a minute. But she knows that, okay, I know affection, emotional touch, rejection, that's a thing for him. So I know that even though I need some space right now, I'm going to have to circle back up and make sure I make it up to him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. She's got to be aware of my triggers as well. You want to be wealthy in relationships, it's about healing. So, yes, being offended is just a natural thing. Everybody gets offended. But you really start killing the game when you can evaluate why you were offended and then maybe say, that wasn't even something that I need to be offended about. Like, I chose that. I chose to be offended by this. Dang, I wonder why. Okay, what can I do so that the next time this conversation goes on, I make it easier for us to have a conversation that I know is important and that I want us to have, instead of making it tense and difficult. And now we got to, go to bed without touching our cold feet together because we both got attitudes. Long-winded, but yeah.
No, that's good. Jay says one of the best books I've read was Emotional Health Spirituality. It breaks down the same concept and gives some really good speaking points and practices to work through these same issues. Shayla, who is a therapist, says emotional intelligence equals triggers and coping, or it will be a repeated cycle. And that's one of the things that when we talk about cycles, one of the things that I'm really big on, because I think at times we get into these relationships that they're different people, but it's the same relationship, right? Over and over and over again. And you can't figure out why it isn't working out because you've tried a new person, you've tried a new way, but it's the same you getting into these relationships. You haven't changed at all, and your triggers or your emotional baggage that you're bringing into a relationship, you haven't dealt with it. And so every time you get in a relationship, there's something about somebody being in relationship that just makes that come out of you. It has nothing to do with the person. It's just how you are in relationships, and it's repeated cycles, and we have to get off of that train. It's time to start to heal and to grow. And this is what we talk about, because this is what we went through, like cleansing yourself, becoming whole before you get into a relationship, so that you can recognize what triggers you, and you've healed what triggers you. So now it's just not even a trigger anymore. Or if it is, you know how to talk yourself off the ledge and not take it out on the person that you're in relationship with.
That's good. Whew. Yeah. I'm officially ready to retire this conversation.
We've had this conversation about 5 times.
We had it before the podcast, on the podcast.
Before the podcast, on the podcast.
Did it before and then went back, revisited it again. Now we're doing it on the recap. So, yeah, I think it was good, and I'm glad we decided to go back into it because, like I said on the episode, I don't like from our platform when we don't end it on a way that is reflective of, like, you know, a good way to, you know, when we just go on the podcast, I think this. All right, y'all, we'll see y'all next week.
But the thing is, that's not even what that episode was about. So
it wasn't. We just got stuck
landed there and then kind of rounded back to something. But I think it, like you said, it's good to show that you can revisit an argument or a disagreement in a healthy way, because that's one thing that we talked about at the end of the episode, whether there's a healthy way or a good way to argue. And I think we got hung up on terms in the episode about what's an argument and what's a disagreement. But the truth is, there are healthy ways to have two opposing views either come together or just settle on the fact that y'all agree to disagree. And when we came into this conversation the last time on the episode, that is just what it was. We found commonalities, like, yes, the source matters. Yes, how I bring it to you matters. And then managing what comes from having that conversation. And there are some times where he ain't never going to see my side, but that doesn't mean that we can't have a healthy conversation about it. And I hope that's what y'all got from this last episode.
Absolutely.
Jay says it's textbook insanity. You haven't changed what you're attracted to and or learned from the lesson that God has given you. You can't move to the next level of increase if you haven't learned the lesson that he's teaching you. And he also says, how can I give you what you need if you haven't obtained the tools that are needed to hold on to it? You're fumbling the bag. Shayla says healing is everything, and we all have to continuously work on that because we all have been through something. Period. Point blank. Exclamation point.
Nothing to say to that. All of that.
So good.
All capital letters with exclamation point at the end.
All right. So that was the episode. We hope you go back and watch it. I think it was a really good episode. And if nothing else, you get some dope views can you see the city in the background? I don't know if you can, but I could see it from my window up there. It was beautiful. In the video, can you see the city in the background?
I don't know if you can. That's why I want to do it at night, because I feel like
we was high up in the penthouse, y'all. It was good.
Not the penthouse.
It was good. What you looking at?
I was looking at this. I was trying to debate if I wanted to read this.
Well, I already called you out now, so now you got to read it.
It's those anonymous things.
Okay.
If it's not a good one, you can't say nothing because you made me read it.
Well, you were paying attention to your phone, so.
My best friend has been in a relationship for almost 3 years now. It's exclusive on both of their parts. You can tell they do love one another. They don't live together. They aren't engaged, and they are fine with that situation at this time. Recently, her boyfriend asked to see her bank account and where her money goes. She said no. He felt she's hiding something and giving money to other men. She isn't. I know she loves him and is building her life around him. He knows this too because he's building his life around her, or was at least. Now that she won't show her bank accounts to him, he broke it off with her, saying he feels like she's being dishonest and hiding something. She's heartbroken but refuses to show him because they aren't married, and she feels this is a boundary she's not willing to bend on. My advice to her was to do what she felt was right. And if a relationship can dissolve over bank accounts, maybe it wasn't as strong as she thought.
She need to run as fast as she can, like the gingerbread man.
She said if they were married or even engaged, she would share the info, but they aren't.
He's insecure.
I am her friend, so I can tell you I can't tell you what he's thinking. What are others' thoughts? I've never heard from a men's perspective. They are both people of color and over 35.
He's insecure.
Yeah. Oh no, I think he's a scammer.
But how do me not showing you my bank account equal that I'm giving my money to other men?
That was just what he was using. That was just what he was using. I think
maybe I just don't want to tell you.
And she was like, man, she buying a lot of shoes. I wonder how much she make.
Misha said, run, Forrest, run.
Man, you dodged a bullet. I don't even know. That was a long post for something that was so plain.
Yeah, honey, leave. Okay, then, y'all, I got you. But I think that, yeah, anytime, if I'm not married to you, I'm not divulging my information, or at least if I don't see that it's going in that direction. Now, I don't see how they haven't discussed finances if they live together, unless I don't know how they working out bills. Like, how do we discuss who gonna pay for what and who gonna do what if we haven't discussed finances? And if I've told you how much I make, what you need to see my bank account for?
Yeah.
I don't think you've ever seen my personal bank account.
Me?
Yeah.
I did.
When?
It just be a night when I go through your phone.
Okay, yeah.
No,
you can't even get into my banking app.
No, just,
like I don't think I've ever shown you that, and I've never seen yours. Like, for what?
Yeah, that to me speaks to more of an insecurity thing, like you said.
Yeah. Stacy said he count her pockets. Probably want to see if he can take care of her financially. I mean, like,
I don't even see what the motive is.
Yeah, if you, I'm drawing a blank. I think she dodged a bullet, like somebody said.
For sure.
Danielle says we cannot leave this live without talking about you trying to do the Ninja Warrior course in Virginia.
The what?
The Ninja Warrior course in Virginia.
I don't know what to talk about.
He said he don't know what this to talk about.
I am an Apex athlete. I miscalculated my swing.
That's what
my
it was.
swing momentum. I need a little bit more force in my leg kick, and that would have propelled me in a forward motion to that next one. So next time, I'm pretty sure I'm positive that I'll have a more successful outcome.
Next week we don't have no kids. Maybe we'll go to Defy Lansing and let you try.
I'm not ready
again.
yet. I'm still training.
wait.
I'm still training.
You said it was just in the calculations.
I'm still training.
You don't have time to calculate now.
No, I got to work on my calculations. You know, it's not something you do. There's years of training that goes into this. You thought that was my first time doing that?
It was your first time doing it.
Amateurs.
That's why you were so confident. You had no idea what was in front of you.
Amateurs have nothing of this sport. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, I posted a clip of me trying to do the ninja course. I fell so hard. That took a lot out of me.
It was the first thing he tried to do in the ninja course. Like, he skipped all the other stuff, the warm-up stuff, and just jumped on the platform and tried to do that.
I said, let me show you how to do this. The kids was making me mad. I'm like, y'all ain't gonna try to do it the right way? I got you.
He was dogging his daughter there, whatever there, and fell flat on his face.
Like, just swing and grab it. Swing and grab it. This ain't about that. Mind your business.
Come
How
on,
about
Lily.
that?
Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Let me show you. I said, I know you. He started kicking his Crocs off, y'all. First of all, you knew he wasn't prepared because he came there in Crocs. Kicked his Crocs off, jumped on the platform, and proceeded to fall on his face.
What was I supposed to be wearing?
You supposed to have them socks on.
Oh, no, that's for amateurs. I ain't need that.
You needed something. You need some baby powder on your hands or something.
I'm professional.
Monaja Sky says, "Are the bills paid?" Ellipsis. Okay, then. Period. That's all you should be worried about. And I saw
they
your
don't
name.
even live together. That's the thing. They don't live together. They're not engaged. What you worried about her bills for? Like,
Yeah.
unless you're like, I don't know.
He doing too much.
Doing
Period.
too much.
He was just trying to find a way to break up. He's like, I know she ain't gonna show up.
Dodge the bullet.
Jay says, if she ain't asking for money, it don't matter what's in her bank account. Even if she is, it don't matter what's in her bank account. If you got it, give it to her. If you don't, tell her that.
You giving her money, making sure your account. Nah, you say you need help with your bill. Let me see. Let me see, because I just saw you buy some Louis Vuitton.
Maybe I just need. Well, that's why I need help.
Nope. I'm with her. If that's the case, then I get it. She ain't telling her friend the whole story.
Jay says it looked more like that show Wipeout. Granny Doris was laughing at you too.
Why you show Granny Doris? Yeah, right.
Monaja says, "Not. I'm still in training. He's innocent. Nah, he guilty. He knew he shouldn't have tried that."
Nah, I'm with it. I'm ready.
He says, "Oh, then that's why he fell. He had the wrong socks on. I broke my thumb in the wrong socks. Stop it. That ain't had nothing to do with it." I agree. Unless we're married, absolutely not, says Monaja. And Stacy says, "Where's the video?" It's on his page and mine, Stacy. So, probably about 3-4 days ago, he posted it.
Mind your business.
Yeah, it might have been longer than that.
I'm gonna go delete it.
No, you not. I ain't gonna delete it off my page. You delete
If I delete it, it's not gonna be on
go.
hers.
It's okay. I got the video. I'm the one who recorded it.
All right, I got another scenario.
Okay.
Relationship coach says women should not tell a man you have children until he's already in love with you. Thoughts?
That's lying. That's deception. I told you be picking the dumbest ones. What?
I didn't pick these. These are literally on the page right now that I'm on. I'm literally
You're
looking at
picking
them.
to read them.
I was gonna keep it to myself. You the one who made me read them.
What?
Would
Until
it be
he's
a
in love
big
with
deal if your significant other / spouse doesn't like to do affectionate things in front of others, friends, family, or public? Things like kissing, touching, or saying affectionate terms, but he does these things in private. Is that an issue?
Oh, that's a good one because that's you.
Huh?
I said that's a good one because that's you. We had this conversation before. I don't know if it was on the podcast or not though. That's you. You are less affectionate around your family.
Yep.
And at first it was a big deal because I'm like, something just seemed off, like because he's Mr. Affection at home, but when we're around his family, it's just not like that. He gave me an explanation, which I took, and I think in this scenario, that's what you should do. You should ask if there's a reason why that occurs. What?
Nothing.
Say what you want to say.
Nothing.
Say it.
What did I say?
You told me that it basically, you said like it's like in the way that they see you, like when you're around your family, you feel a certain type of way, like they see you in a certain light, and it's just hard for you to break out of that. That's what you told me. Is that not the truth? Oh, spotlight.
No, it's the no, I guess I don't feel, I guess when I think about it, I don't feel uncomfortable. Like if you were to put your hands on my leg, I would be like, don't do that. My mom's here. Like,
yeah. I
don't feel uncomfortable. I guess I just don't, I don't know. Are you asking me why I don't initiate it?
I mean, you're really like you talk about how like physical touch is your love language. Like you're very affectionate. You're very handsy. Like it's just when you're around your family, you're just not. And I don't know, maybe it's awkward. Like I don't know if we were at my grandma's house or something, that I would be like tongue kissing you, or
I hope that's not what you expected.
or any of that. But like, I mean, I'm very used to you hugging me, touching my butt, things like that. Just being playful and affectionate.
I don't think I would do this. Like I'm not gonna slap your butt in front of my mom.
Yeah.
Or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know. I feel like I'm changing a bit in the area.
In the area of physical touch or around your people's?
A physical touch, yeah.
Like
I don't think you notice. I don't initiate it as much anymore. You
don't think it's much as of a need, or are you suppressing the need? Oh, we about to get deep, y'all.
It's more of an adjustment. I need so that's the area of balance for me. Like, though it is a way I express love, it's also the way I receive it. So it's a trigger for me. Now, this is an area where I need to be more healthy. But it's a trigger for me when I put out more than I get back. So when I'm with somebody who isn't as affectionate, it triggers me to shut down. So I think subconsciously that's what's happening. Not in a negative way. It's not like, well, she ain't doing this. It's just more like.
Are you adjusting or are you shutting down?
I think I'm just adjusting. Like,
okay.
If you're not like that, or if I'm not sure that it's welcomed, or if it's reciprocator, I don't know what it is, then I'm just more likely just to adjust it. You're more moody than anybody I've ever been with in my life. Like you don't have like a steady temperament. No. So it's a lot to adjust to. Like it's a lot to like, okay, how we do? Okay, all right.
I think
she's busy. She's in. Okay.
I think too,
she being goofy today. Okay, all right.
I'm very snarky, and I think that in my snarkiness, it comes off as me being moody or me being like fickle.
No, you're moody.
When
you're snarky all the time.
Yes, all the time.
But in terms of just your temperament, like warm, cold, like it fluctuates.
Yeah, sure.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely not monotone at all in anything that I do. And so there's some what do you call this? Comments.
What do you call this?
Monet just says, deception girl, bye. Then she says, I would take into consideration, is it a respect thing? Ask for clarity and respect it and their boundaries. No issues. It's about communicating with your partner. That's important, and that's the intention and reason. What's the intention and reason behind it? Stacey says, I'm like that. I don't think having personal conversations around family and friends, let alone kissing and cuddling, she says, I don't like. Sorry. Mona says, I love that check-in, Brandy. I also love that description of if it's an adjustment for balance. Yeah, like no matter how I am personally, I acknowledge 100% that I am in a relationship with someone who is the opposite of me in several areas. I never want my just natural way of dealing with life to affect the way that he is feeling loved, receives love, wants to give love. So if that is something that is bothering him, I need to know about that. So I'm going to ask you, like, and I expect the truth, because if there's an adjustment that needs to be made on my part, like, okay, cool. Like today when I said a snarky remark to him and I see it just wasn't received well, I'm like, okay, I'm going to turn the snark down today. I'm going to turn the sassy down today because it's just not being received well. And I would expect that if there was something that I'm doing that makes him feel less loved, that he would say that. So are you suppressing it? Or are you adjusting to it? I need to know, because I don't want you to suppress a need that you actually have. And that's not this. This is me talking to you. I don't want you to feel like you have to suppress a need because you're in a relationship with someone who is not as affectionate as you. You should not have to do that. Now, if it's an adjustment, cool. But you don't have to suppress it. I think I got my answer.
No, it's just I can't have this conversation because I don't think I've said that. Like, this is a real spontaneous conversation. I don't think I've done enough like
soul searching.
Yeah, like
investigating,
processing. I don't think I've processed enough to accurately talk about it. So I'll think on that.
Next episode.
No. I'm tired of talking about our relationship only here. I'm sick of it.
All right. That's it. That's all we got.
Yeah.
I got questions, concerns. So we will have another episode. Last episode. We will have a live on Thursday again. So hope to see you back. And yeah, I have nothing else. So. And
we'll be back after that. We will be ending season 4. Mm-hmm. And we'll be back with season 5 in a couple weeks, okay? With some nice little upgrades, okay? So that's the plan, okay? I know I say this all the time, but we really mean this. Is that like y'all don't know. Like for the longest, it's when we first started this podcast, the most consistent base that we had were the people that knew us. Mm-hmm. And a small web of people that connected to us through the platform. Mm-hmm. Now it's grown, and there's people we got cool with because of, just how me and Brandy are. Like when people reach out, if we get that little nudge, like, this is somebody who we can connect with. Like, there's people I know first name from TikTok. Yeah. Who lock in with us. You know what I'm saying?
What's up, old Reddy? You ain't here today.
But I don't care where God takes this platform. We have not forgotten where it started and who has held us down from the jump, right? And it's been really hometown. It's been the people that know us for real. And I thank y'all. I don't care if we get on this live and it's 2 people on, you know what I'm saying? Or if it's 3, 4, 5, 20, 200, like whatever it is, we have not forgotten where this started at and the people that poured into us early. So thank y'all so much. Again and again and again and again. Thank you.
We appreciate y'all and we love live.